Anywhere on the other side is good. Go on the other side. Yeah.
This is the fourth night to remember our loved ones who served our country in the armed forces and who have since passed away. This event is presented by the Iwo Jima Memorial Historical Foundation, Inc. and the Iwo Jima Survivors Association, Inc. We're very happy that you are with us this evening. You add an awful lot to the ceremony. We will now approach the colors.
You see, by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Detail, order, up.
If you would please remain standing in front of the eternal flame, if you would please. Our invocation this evening will be presented by Ted Aub, if you would, please.
Thank you. Oh Lord, grant us freedom with discipline, motivation with understanding, and determination with compassion. Oh Lord, give us the will for self-preservation and the strength and power to help those who are willing to help themselves. Oh Lord, give us insight and patience, wisdom, along with a sense of duty and ability, coupled with restraint to adjust to the changes in nature and men. Oh Lord, show us your ways and never deliver us into the hands of any enemy. Bless us with your heavenly and earthly bounties and never let us be in want. Guide us in being friendly and generous toward one another. Instill in us faith and knowledge, and let all of us have the ability to live at peace within ourselves. O Lord, show the people of our nation the right way to serve and guard the sacredness of all orderly freedoms. Let us realize that you have given us riches not given to any other nation under the sun. Let us be ever grateful and accept the responsibilities which they entail. You are our God, and to you we would ascribe glory and honor now and forever. Amen. Albert!
Choked up a little bit there because it's kind of an emotional time for me. I'd like to say first of all that, I'm very proud to be involved with this foundation and to be able to meet the survivors and to meet many other veterans along the way. This park was built by Iwo Jima survivors. They raised all the money. They built this park. And I always say this because it amazes me that it's the only one in the United States that survivors from the Battle of Iwo Jima built it and paid recognition to the 100 from Connecticut and the 6,821 that we lost during that battle also. The park is now maintained by the foundation, and Mary Ann mentioned earlier we work on donations. We only have about a handful of people that actually pitch in and do a lot of work around here. So we're always looking for volunteers. And we'll be here as long as we possibly can for many years down the road taking care of this park. Whether we run short of money or not, we're still going to be here doing things. The mission for the foundation is to educate the public about the Battle of World War II, about World War II and the Battle of Iwo Jima. And I can't think of a better symbol here. When you come here to learn, you learn right from what people themselves fought the battle, raised the money, and built it. Also, these type of ceremonies we do, all of our ceremonies we do here at the park, Memorial Day, Veterans Day, this one here, our open house, even our motorcycle ride, we pay tribute to all veterans for every one of those events. Some people are in a misunderstanding that Veterans Day ceremony here, Memorial Day ceremony here is only for Iwo Jima survivors or veterans of World War II veterans. It's not. We pay tribute to all veterans for all of our ceremonies here. I'd like to bring the attention to the new installed bricks. I think Mary Ann mentioned them earlier. When you come up the walkway just to the right, we just installed our first 32 bricks. So if you want to take a look at them before you go, if you ordered a brick, they're in already, and we're waiting for more to send in another order. Same with our flags. We fly 100 flags here, one in honor of every 100 men from Connecticut who died during the Battle of Iwo Jima. We put them out for sponsor at this time over by the kiosk. We have about 15 of them already sponsored, and we got an order going in for about 20 or 25 in another couple of weeks. And they all have plaques underneath the flags. I don't have the forms like Mary Ann said earlier. They're over by the information table. I just want to say that if I get choked up again, for me to be take part in a ceremony like this means a lot. I mean, I met these guys and many other Marines, Vietnam, Korea, World War II, Afghanistan. It means a lot to me. I'm not military, and maybe that's why. It means so much to me. I want to thank you today for coming, and that's about it. Thank you.
Vital to the defeat of the enemy. When all is said and done, 2,300 super forts, the big bombers, the B-29s, landed on Iwo after it was taken. They were so badly shot up that after raids over Japan, that if not for Iwo, they would have to ditch in the ocean, and there would be a tremendous loss of life. By war's end, better than 24,000 airmen's lives were saved because of what the Marines did on Iwo Jima. That's why, like my comrades and survivors here today, I'm proud to be here to remember what we did on Iwo and to hold in our memory those many who gave their lives for our tomorrows. That is why we come together in memorial remembrances. A memorial service means remembering those who did not survive. We especially are here to memorize our 100 Connecticut Marines and Corpsmen who sacrificed their lives in the defense of their country. All of us may have known some of these heroes. Some of them I remember well. They were classmates of mine in the class of 43, New Britain High School. Well do I remember Frank Palumbo. He was in my English class, I believe. And of course, Ed Sparkowski. God help us. God gave them immortality, so we can give them the highest tribute and recall them individually, as human beings, as friends, not just as numbers. If any of their families are here today, I hope that they are pleased that we do so. They deserve no less from us. So I ask you now to take a moment, think of a name, in silence. When the names are read and the bell is tolled, Semper Fidelis, they certainly were always faithful. Here then is the roll call of our honored dead. God grant them eternal rest.
Referred to as POWs and MIAs. We call them comrades. They are unable to be with their loved ones and family tonight, so we will join together to pay our humble tribute to them and bear witness to their continued absence. This table, set for one, is small, symbolizing the frailty of one prisoner, alone against his or her suppressors. The tablecloth is white, symbolic of the purity of their intentions to respond to their country's call to arms. The single red rose in the vase signifies the blood they may have shed in sacrifice to ensure the freedom of our beloved United States of America. This rose also reminds us of the family and friends of our missing comrades who keep the faith while awaiting their return. The yellow ribbon on the vase represents the yellow ribbons worn on the lapels of thousands who demand with unyielding determination a proper accounting for our comrades who are not among us tonight. A slice of lemon on the plate reminds us of their bitter fate. The salt reminds us of the countless volunteers of families as they wait. The glass is inverted. They cannot toast with us tonight. The chair is empty. They are not here. The candle is reminiscent of the light of hope which lives in our hearts to illuminate their way home, away from their captors to the open arms of a grateful nation. Let us pray to the Supreme Commander that all of our comrades will soon be back within our ranks. Let us remember and never forget their sacrifices. May God forever watch over them and protect them and their families. Thank you.
Honor and Remember is a national nonprofit organization that is dedicated to perpetually honoring the sacrifice of our fallen. On December 29, 2005, Lance Corporal Tony Lutz was killed by a sniper's bullet while on patrol in Fallujah, Iraq. In the moments that followed his funeral, his father George visited other families who had lost loved ones in the war in Iraq. He began to sense that he had joined the ranks of a unique fellowship. These families were only the latest additions to a group that had originated with the American Revolution when the first soldier shed their blood for our freedoms. George found another commonality among these families. Many families wanted to know two things: that their sacrifice was not in vain, and that the nation would never forget. George started on a quest to discover if there was a universally recognized symbol that specifically acknowledged the American servicemen and women that would never make it home. To his surprise, he found nothing. The Honor and Remember flag was conceived from this quest and introduced 4 years ago. Part of our mission is to gain acceptance and recognition of the Honor and Remember flag as a national symbol of recognition of our fallen servicemen and women. It is our honor tonight to present this Honor and Remember flag in memory of the 100 men from Connecticut who so bravely gave their lives at Iwo Jima, and all of the fallen service members from across this great country who fought with them. The Honor and Remember flag was not intended to replace the American flag that was folded and given to the families at the memorial service for their loved ones. That American flag respectfully represents the life lost, and it is meant to be stored and treasured in a shadow box, never to be unfolded. However, the Honor and Remember flag was created as a public symbol of appreciation. The Honor and Remember flag is meant to be unfolded and displayed proudly as a tangible symbol of thanks. The flag was created to serve as a national symbol that specifically acknowledges the sacrifice of men and women of the United States Armed Forces who gave their lives for their country in over 2 centuries of American history. The red field represents the blood spilled by brave men and women in America's military throughout our history, who gave their lives so that our nation would remain free. The white field below the gold star recognizes the purity of sacrifice. There is no greater price an American can pay than to give his or her life in service to our country. The blue star represents active service in military conflict. The symbol originated in World War I, but on this flag it signifies service in all wars from the American Revolution to present day. The gold star signifies the ultimate sacrifice of a warrior in active service who will not return home. Gold reflects the value of the life that was given. The folded flag signifies the final tribute to an individual life presented to the family for their significant loss. The flame is an eternal reminder of the spirit that has departed this life, yet burns on in the memory of all who knew and loved the fallen hero. We will always honor their selfless sacrifice and remember them individually by name. If I could have representatives from the Iwo Jima Memorial Historical Foundation and Iwo Jima Survivors Association, I'd like to present them with this flag.
Thank you.